in a year. So how many people does that mean? A lot of people. For one person to be doing that. The Pope hired 1,500 people to do you keep using the word, they're very similar, possessions, even outside the Catholic Church. Because basically, you know, I got to keep up the question too. Is Lucifer here to challenge soul? He's here to entertain people that need entertainment. Planet Earth is all about control, taking your attention off of God. And that's why God starts us here, because once we do that, we can move at a great speed in awareness and unfoldment and keep moving further and further. But until we break away from the desires and the attachments, can we move into that space? Lucifer was allowed to play God, and does. By that, the movie TV show Lucifer was taken off, and I'm really sad. It was my favorite show. Lucifer was kind of shown as a good person in that, in his own right. But what makes Lucifer bad or good? The concept that you'll go to hell. You sell your soul to him, and then he'll take your soul. Well, it's a lot more simpler than that in one way, meaning it gives you what you want. As long as you get what you want, do you leave? If you were a child in your house and somebody came to the door and says, here, I'm going to give you two gallons of ice cream today. I'll be back next week and I'll give you 2 more gallons of ice cream. Are you ever going to leave that room? You're going to be waiting there every 2 weeks or whatever it comes back for it to come back. So if Lucifer says, well, what do you want? Well, I want to be a famous singer, like Bob Dylan said. Okay, you're going to be the most famous writer in history, which Bob Dylan became. He wrote more songs that became #1 hits for every singer he wrote them for. And he puts it out online, saying that I sold my soul to the devil. But what does that mean? When he dies, what happens? He gets burnt up? No, you can't burn his soul up. But he's still under that. He still desires that. And as long as Lucifer feeds people what they desire, there's no desire to leave. And if everybody left, Lucifer would be in charge of a black ball of nothing. So you can look at it good, bad, or indifferent. It's if you're aware of that aspect, you might be a little more aware of why you would sell your soul to the devil. If you know who and what he is, there was that old, I don't know, it was a movie or what, where he had to play that violin or something, and he gives him every chance to, and then he beats him in his own game. Well, that's how it is. When you realize what his game is, its game is, you play it, and then you let go of it. When you get involved with witchcraft, which I did, you play with it. I played with it to the max. I learned about all the psychic abilities, and I think there was only one that I really couldn't do and I really wanted to do. Yes, Lucifer doesn't scarf up your soul. And I would say, on the other hand, aliens have a way to use soul's energy when souls die. Read Barbara Marciniak, Bringer of the Dawn. I was just talking about that recently, but if you want to get into that, that's something a little bit different. Barbara Marciniak, Bringers of the Dawn. When she wrote that book, she was aware. The second book, The Egg, or whatever it was pretty bizarre, the Earth. She started to go into the goddess thing, so that was a totally different game. But Lucifer is not the bad person in all this. Lucifer's a high angel, staying in the lower world to play with us. So look at it any way you want. Is he good? Is he bad? You can create whatever you want from that. But the truth is, it is there. You want it in your life? You can have it in your life. Can you use it? Yes, you can. The same as if you ask God for something. When you ask Lucifer something, be careful what you ask for. Imagine asking Lucifer eternal life. Well, soul has eternal life, so it would come back over and over to planet Earth. So it wouldn't be like you would be going to heaven if you followed Jesus or some other higher being. So there's truth in everything. Like, Lucifer's not bad, Lucifer's not good. Lucifer's Lucifer. You're who you are. Are you good or bad? Well, you're what you think you are. But what's that mean to other people? I'm hardcore. I don't need to be a peaceful, loving person like most other people. I always say, I'm crazy. I'm going insane. Period. Most people are sane, going crazy. I'd rather be in where I'm at than where they're at. They're getting further and further away from the truth, and I'm getting closer and closer to it. So where do you want to be in that aspect of life? Hopefully, it's to get closer to the truth. Now, I don't have much time, and I'm going to talk to people like they need to be talked to, because people like to sit there and listen and daydream. Well, you don't come to a speaker to dream. Stay home and dream. You want to hear something? You listen to a speaker. And hopefully it's what you want to hear, or it's what you want to think you want to hear about. And if that's true, you need to listen to what somebody's saying. You can think what you want, you can believe what you want, but listen to what you're hearing. Then you can relate that to what you think you know, which is probably nothing. Oh, well, you think you know everything. Well, maybe I know a little more than most people do. By direct experience, by death experience, out-of-body experiences, being with deities. Those things give you actual experience. And then proving them to yourself. Saying, I believe in God, I believe in Jesus, I believe in Moses, I believe in Superman. And so? Where's your experience? Superman took me on a ride through the solar system. Really? Dream world's pretty great. And I was going to go into that as well. Since I mentioned it, I'll go into it. Dreams. Daydreaming. What are they? Science has no clue. They know we have them, they're measuring them, and they're even going to be filming them, which is interesting, because most people don't remember their dreams at all. But imagine being able to watch a dream like you're watching a TV show or a movie. It'd be much more solid in every which way. It would be reality. So when they release that, the technology's there, and I know they're doing it. Before they let the world experience it, they have to be careful, because if it opens people to the truth, it's not going to be beneficial to them. If everybody saw their lives, saw what they did and what they really are, they would suddenly want to be different. The program no longer fits them. It doesn't take them where it's supposed to. It won't take them to where they want to be. So imagine you were strapped in front of your TV, and they're going to show you your dreams you had for the past 2 weeks. You have 100 a night. Even if you just see one of them just one of them would blow you away. And then there's the translation of that and all that. That's a different kind of work. We're not going to go there today. No time to do that. But you need to work out dreams and daydreaming and the benefits and the things that how it could hurt you as well. If you believe what you believe you dreamed to be true, make it your reality as your truth, it could hurt you. And the simplest way I mean that, when somebody dreams, I know we talk, well, snakes relate to Lucifer, demons and everything else, but let's not go there right now. Here's the thing. People that have a dream, in the UFO world, they call it experiences. Experiencing being with aliens. Well, zero proof, 1. Great stories, 2. And here's the thing. Even if it was slightly true, what's the benefit? If there's no benefit to something, it's useless. If you went to Mars, Venus, and beyond our solar system, met on another planet, is it going to help you in any way in the present on this planet? If not, why not? What do you need the experience for? Again, transforming it into truth and understanding whatever the dream is. If you dream you caught a whale in your sleep and you ate it, is that reality? If you accept it as it is and you watched it on the TV screen, wow, I caught the biggest whale and I cut it up. And, it'll sink into the subconscious mind and become part of your thinking. But is it going to help you? So the proper translation, which is a lot of work in itself for every soul to individually learn what their dreams mean. Sure, there's dream books everywhere. Water means this, cars mean that, people mean this, love means that, this means that, this means that. That's partially true. Water in general is purification of something. It doesn't say what. Mind, spirit, soul, body, sickness, disease, relationship. But people all have a symbol in your dream. Because if you dream about your grandmother, if somebody else dreams about your grandmother, it wouldn't mean the same thing. So they're all critical to you and your translation of it. What they were in your life, who they were in your life, what it meant to have them leave you, and all those things. And that's what it stimulates. So yes, there's so much learning that the average person needs to do. Seriously, are you ready? Are you ready to open your eyes and really look at the truth? So, you need to learn how to challenge things that you dream, experience, and work with at a psychic level. That why it's coming into this reality. Dream logs are very important. If you can remember your dreams. If you don't remember your dreams, that's not going to help either. But then it's learning how to remember your dreams. And the simplest technique on that is before you go to bed, keep telling yourself every night that I'm going to remember my dream. And when you wake up, don't jump out of bed and go running across the room. Stay in bed. Keep your eyes closed. And then think about what you kind of think you were dreaming about. So there's techniques for everything if you're ready to do the right things to understand the things you don't know. So when people say, well, I spent years, many years doing dream research. I spent many years traveling out of the body. I spent years learning about death experiences because I went through 5. So yeah, I learned, I experienced, and I know what they are to soul, to myself. Some of my experiences, I had witnesses with me as well. And that helps a real lot when you talk to other people. But then they'll say, you're both crazy, or you're both this, or you're both that, whatever. So, dream research is critical because we dream every night. Oh, I don't dream. Just don't remember. You don't have any attention on it to do that. You're not ready for that. You're given things when you're ready for them, and you're given a lot more. Hopefully you can spread your arms out and grab a lot more than you can or need to at the moment. But it's usually given to you in large amounts. Not, well, I'm only given what I can handle. No. If you can handle it, means you're dealing with it. You need a little more than you can handle because it makes you move harder, think harder, and become bigger and greater. So we're going to move on to that word. Okay, we've got a half hour. So I'm getting to a lot of the things that I wanted to today anyway. But please, tell your friends and people that you know to listen to this show. I know they'd rather listen to some ancient alien person or somebody that's talking about who they think built the pyramids. Is that going to help us now? Are we building pyramids for a reason? Did the Egyptians build them for a reason? Of course they did. Did it help them? No. The building stayed. They didn't. They built these. It's just a whole other teaching. When you watch Ancient Aliens and things like that, you'll never get the truth. You'll get programmed ideas of what people without religion and without spiritual truth are looking for. Lies. More lies to feed the lies that they already have. When you add in love, does it equal family? Is love all about family? No.